Do you want to speak English even better than a native? Chatterbox is here to help you do that. And in this video, you're going to learn 5 American expressions for your daily life, and you're going to learn how to pronounce them even better than a native. So before we get started, be sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel so you won't miss out on any of the American English pronunciation videos in this series. All right. Let's watch a scenario and see how this phrase is used.
How about we give everyone a survey to see what their opinion is before we make a decision?
All right, sounds good. Could you figure out what all right means? All right is a very common way to just say, okay, or that's fine. All right. All right. When you say this word, you should stress the ah, like dog sound, and also notice that it is reduced because the r sound turns into one sound. All right. All right. So you never hear the l of all. You just hear ah and then r. All right. All right. All right. Great job.
So what's the deal with Uncle Sammy? Why has he been carrying around a camera looking creepy this week?
Ugh, for real. That thing is so creepy. For real. For real. Could you figure out what that meant? For real can have 2 different meanings. One of them is, I agree. And the other one is true. So, when someone is venting to you and you agree with what they're saying, you can say, oh, for real. You can also ask someone, are you for real? Which means, are you telling the truth? So let's practice pronouncing for real. For real reduces so that the R sound in for and the R sound in real combine into one R sound. For real. For real. Are you for real? Are you for real? Great job. The real deal. The real deal. Let's watch a scenario and see if you can figure out what the real deal is.
How was your interview this afternoon?
It went well. She knew a lot about graphic design and our company, and she even brought a few examples of ideas she has to help us. She seems like the real deal.
Great. I hope it works out.
Could you figure it out? The real deal is someone who's being honest about themselves and not trying to lie to convince you to do something. So, for example, if you seem like a very good employee, very genuine, with very good skills, someone may say, you're the real deal. Another way that you could probably use this phrase is in a romantic relationship. If someone is a really good partner, treats you really well, and is not trying to manipulate you, you can describe them as the real deal. The real deal. Now it's your turn. Practice saying this sentence and make sure you stress the parts in red. He seems like the real deal. He seems like the real deal. He seems like the real deal. Great job. ride shotgun. Ride shotgun. Let's watch the scenario and see if you can figure out what it means to ride shotgun.
Come on, guys, I'll give you a ride.
Thanks, Anna. Jose, you want to ride shotgun?
No, you go ahead, man. Your legs are longer than mine.
Okay, thanks.
Could you figure it out? To ride shotgun means to sit in the front seat of the car. Ride shotgun. So when you're saying this phrase, make sure you're pulling your tongue back and pushing your lips forward to make the R sound in ride. Ride shotgun. Ride shotgun. Now it's your turn. Practice saying this sentence and make sure you stress the parts in red. Do you want to ride shotgun? Do you want to ride shotgun? Do you want to ride shotgun? Great job. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Let's watch a scenario and see if you can figure out what this phrase means.
Okay, team. We're going to need everyone's help to finish this project by Friday. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, great. Let's rock and roll. Could you figure it out? Let's rock and roll means let's get started. When you say this phrase, the and is reduced to n. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Say it with me and make sure you reduce the and in the middle. Rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Now it's your turn. Practice saying this sentence and make sure you stress the parts in red. Are you ready? All right, let's rock and roll. Are you ready? All right, let's rock and roll. Are you ready? All right, let's rock and roll. Great job. So now that you know what all of these phrases mean, I have a question for you. Some people think that spending $5 billion to build a wall on the border of the United States and Mexico would be a ripoff. Other people believe that this would be a great way to keep the United States safe. What do you think? Would spending this money to build a wall be a ripoff? Or would it be a great way to keep the United States safe? Tell us what you think in the comments below. I love to read all of your comments, and I'll even reply with some feedback on your English. Looking forward to hearing from you. Great job. Now you're already on your way to speaking English better than a native. But you know what's even more important than using these American expressions? Using correct pronunciation. So visit us at the link in the description to check out our fluency program and subscribe to our channel to start speaking better than a native today.